So before I explain to you how to do bone conduction testing, I'm first going to explain to you how to use the keyboard to test. So you'll see this up and down, left and right. If I go with my mouse over this arrow, you will see a pop-up comes up, arrow up key, here, arrow up key. So it means I can use my keyboard. Look on your keyboard, you see the up arrow, you press the up arrow, it will go quieter. If you press the down arrow, it will go louder. If I press the left arrow, it's lower frequencies, and the right arrow, it's higher frequencies. If I want to present a tone, I present the tone by pressing the shift key there at the arrows. So go and find the shift key, that's there right at the arrow. You only use your one hand, and I will press shift, and you will see the tone just started to be presented. So I use shift key to present tones. Up, down, left, right, and then shift to present. Let us say I want to mark a threshold. Just above the shift key is the enter key. Just press the enter key, and if I press it, you will see, poof, there's a threshold marked. If I want to change the threshold, I can go there. And just press enter again, and it will change it for me. If I want to delete this threshold, I can go and press this delete button, or I literally press the del delete button on the keyboard. That threshold will be deleted. If we want to mark a maximum, a no response, I go down here, and if you look at this arrow here, this arrow, if you look at that line, that is the backslash. Okay, so what you will do is you will just press the backslash on your keyboard. You see there's a no response there. I will go up with my keyboard right to the top again, and there I will press the forward slash. And the forward slash, like that one there, the forward slash will do a minimum plateau. If I want to jump to the right side, I will press the R key. So look on your keyboard for the R, press it, it will jump to the right side. If I press on the L key, it will jump to the left side, L for left, R for right. If I press a B, I will jump to B for bone conduction. If I click on the A, if I press the A, I will jump to air conduction. If I want to do masking, that masking button there, bringing masking down like that, I press page down on the keyboard. There I'm pressing page down now. Now I'm going to press page up. If I want to mute it, I will press home. So on the keyboard you can do everything with arrow keys, shift to present, enter to mark a threshold, R for right, L for left, B for bone, A for air, page down for adding masking, page up for going softer, and home to mute the masking. Then remember, the backslash is no response. The forward slash is minimum plateau. I'm going to explain to you now how to do bone conduction. I've got some values here for the right side entered. I'm now going to jump over to the left side. I want to do bone conduction on the left side. So the moment I move my cursor into a frequency, so let's say I'm now there at 3 kHz, 20 dB, I'm going to move to 4 kHz now. See, boom, there is the masking in the non-test ear. It automatically adds it. The kudu wave will automatically always start masking in the non-test ear. Doesn't matter if there's a huge difference between left and right, it will always mask. Because it's less confusing to the patient. You can switch it off by pressing the mute button, but it's usually not necessary. You keep masking on while you're doing bone conduction. So in this case, you will see bone conduction masking is 20 dBs above the non-test ear. So why 20? It's because you do forehead bone conduction. If you do mastoid, it's typically 10 dB above the non-test ear. So the kudu wave will automatically determine a fixed masking level, and that's 20 dB above the non-test ear. If I go to other frequencies, it will automatically change the masking pitch automatically. So that is how masking works. Now, if I've done masking, I might decide I might still want to add a few more dBs, decrease the dBs of the threshold. So you're still in manual control. The automatic masking just starts where you most likely are going to mask. So it's important to understand that bone masking, the lateralization of bone masking doesn't depend on where you put the bone conductor on the mastoid, left or right. Lateralization you do through masking. So if I want to test thresholds, for instance, in the left ear, I mask the right ear. So the right ear cannot hear the bone conductor. Only the left ear will hear the bone conductor. So it's not where you place the bone conductor on the mastoid. If you put it on the forehead, you will get the same results. So it's not necessary to place it on the mastoid. The only difference, of course, is you have to mask 10 dBs more than you're used to. You use the same rules as always with bone conduction, you just mask 10 dBs more. So for instance, I might be presenting a tone here. The patient presses the button, go 10 dB softer, present the tone, patient not pressing the button, go louder, present, not pressing the button, go louder, present, aha, the patient hears the button. I will mark the threshold here. I'm just going to mark some other example thresholds here. There you can see the annotation. This annotation is forehead bone conduction with masking. It is the right direction. It mustn't go left, it must go right. That is the annotation for forehead bone conduction. Of course, these test results are not possible that I've done here, but you will have now a good idea. So, once I'm finished with this, I will switch on ear conduction, and those bars, I want to get rid of all these additional annotations on the screen. So how do I do that? I can go and click on View, and I can decide to remove the noise bar. Oh, there it's clean now. I can then also decide, okay, I'm going to remove these maximum and minimums. And I see left and right at the same time. So let us just jump over and only see the left side, or only the right side there, or only the left side. But there's still lots of dots on, so on. Let's remove the dots by pressing that button. Now the audiogram looks much cleaner. What I now can do is I can click on that button. I will add the speech square. We call it a speech square. There's a speech area. There you can see FSTH. You can explain to the patient that he will not be able to hear those sounds, but he'll be able to hear K, A and R, but not CH. Here in this case, he will still hear a baby crying, and you can explain to the patient what's going on there. There's other options where you can select Clark degrees of hearing loss. So you can show slight, mild, moderate. There's also the WHO one, okay? And I can click on none. So if I only want to do, for instance, want to see air conduction, I can remove bone conductor here, UCL and MCL, and I only see the air conduction. I can add, for instance, bone conduction, and I can explain to the patient what's going on here. These are the most important things on this view screen. Then I also have a note screen. This is where I, for instance, will say, type some notes. Ear right red, okay, left fine. And any other notes. These notes will appear on the printed report. So back to the test. This is how easy it is to do a manual test. If I want to do an automated test, what I will do is, at any stage, I can jump over and I can just press the auto button, and the test will continue where I left off the last time. There's 250. I didn't test 250 in this case. So there you are, it will finish with 250 hertz. There I'm just going to press a button now. Beep. There you are. Cool. Jumps over to the right side. Then the right sided test will start. Now I'm going to press the button. Beep. Not pressing. Beep. I'll press. There you are. And it continues. Already did all the other frequencies. Immediately jumps to 8 kilohertz. So it knows which frequencies haven't been tested yet. And the automatic will take over. It's a huge benefit to do air conduction always in automated mode. There's multiple publications on the Kudu that it will test it accurately in most cases. The benefit of that is during that time you can organize yourself, making sure everything is fine. By the time the bone conduction starts, you might take over manual bone conduction. You might decide to continue with automated bone conduction, and after the automated bone conduction is finished, you will then decide, let me do some frequencies, repeat them, that I just feel comfortable. So if I'm going to press a button, it jumps over to the bone conduction now, and it will in this case it will continue with air conduction. It will repeat air conduction. The first threshold presented will be presented right at the end again. There you are, presented, and the test will now be finished. Here it is. Now it's finished. It's now ready to put the bone conductor on the forehead of the patient. So I will now put the bone conductor on the forehead of the patient. Talk forward is automatically on, so the patient can hear you while you're doing this, because you have to explain to them what you're going to do now, and you remind the patient that you must ignore the masking sound, the sound, and just listen to the tones presented in between. I will click OK, and what you will see now here is the bone conduction will start automatically. So there it's starting at 1 kilohertz on the left side, and you see masking got automatically added. And then it will go over to 2 kilohertz. Now it will go over to, I've got so many thresholds already here. It's actually, I hope I can demonstrate to you a proper audiogram here. But anyway, it automatically starts masking for you in the non-test ear. Over to the right side. Going to present the tone, go quiet, just 5 dBs louder, 5 louder. Now I'm going to press the button, jumps over to the next threshold, and it will continue until it's finished with everything. And you see the masking gets added every time automatically. Okay, so the software took over where I left off, and now the automatic test is completed. I will click OK, and I will press save and finish, and I know I've got an audiogram with recorded levels of noise that will be visible on the printed report. Thank you very much.